Hello, Calumet High School class of 2020. It's really a pleasure to meet all of you, and I had hoped to do that in person, but I'm glad to meet you in this virtual format. And I'm very happy to congratulate all of you on graduating from this very, very special high school. And believe it or not, I was in your situation exactly 57 years ago. I know, and to me it seems like yesterday, but I hope that in the future, 57 years from now, in the year 2077, perhaps one of you will be doing the commencement address to that graduating class at Calumet High School. Well, in this COVID-19 coronavirus virtual graduation ceremony, I want to be of encouragement to you. And yes, I know that getting through all of this, because this is the first time the whole world has had to go through something like this, you have demonstrated sisu, that world famous Finnish expression about the ability to endure anything. And when you get out in this world, you are going to realize that you are a very, very special person. Why? Because you graduated from a very special high school. And graduating from Calumet High School means that you have received a very special education. And I know that many of you are going to wind up being leaders in various professions. So I want to encourage you today to go out into this world committed to making a difference. And I'm going to provide you with a magic ingredient to help you, to enhance your chances of success on whatever career path it is that you decide to choose. But first, I would like you to stop and recognize where you are today. And you don't have to do this right now. But later on, I would like you to write down 5 impressive things about you. About you. This is private. It's intended for your eyes only. And I want you to think about those 5 things that are the most impressive about yourself. And you can write down things that you are. You can say, I'm a nice person. I'm honest. I'm considerate. You can write down things that you do. Hey, I won an award. I cooked the best pasty in Upper Michigan. I'm a great singer. Whatever you want to write down for those 5 things. Because we are all very, very unique. And all things that you write down are going to be good. Now, why did I ask you to do this? Because first of all, I want you to start off by patting yourself on the back. Be proud. Be proud of who you are and be proud of your accomplishments, because these are your core. These are the beginning of the next chapter of your life. These 5 things are your launching pad. And they're very important to you because tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life. You have a bright future ahead of you. And I hope you have some goals and some plans for the future. But what I want to urge you to do today is just to begin, to get started. And you know what? It's okay to take baby steps. You don't have to take giant steps. But you've got to begin. You've got to begin. And how do you begin? Well, I'm going to share with you my magic ingredient. Ready? Here it is. Do something. Please, do something. Do something. Do something. To succeed at anything, you have to be a doer and not a talker. Don't opinionate. Do, act, and please showcase your talents to the world via your action. Let your light shine in this world. You are special. The world needs you, so please do something. Be a doer. Be a doer, not a talker. So maybe you're sitting there now thinking, okay, how do I begin? How can I be a good doer? Well, I would like to share my thoughts with you today on a variety of random topics that I think will help you succeed at whatever it is you want to do. These topics are integrity and conduct, leadership, people, teams, dreams, and action. And it all begins with integrity and conduct. It all starts here because honesty should be at the core of everything that you do. You know what the golden rule is. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. So treat others like you would like to be treated. And that is a great way to begin this new chapter of your life. Also, conducting yourself, take the job, the mission, the plan, whatever you're doing seriously versus yourself. Take your job seriously. And when you're doing it, have some fun. Have some fun. I have an expression I used called yowza. It's now an official word, by the way, in the Webster Dictionary. And it means, hey, whatever you're doing, make it a yowza experience. And you could also be like one of your favorite childhood stories, I'm sure, Chuckles the Clown. He had a fun saying, hey, a little song, a little dance, a little seltzer down your pants, but let's have some fun with what we're doing. Let's enjoy what we do. And if you would like a complete roadmap, I'm going to offer you something very special. This is a book that perhaps you have seen and perhaps you have read, and if not, perhaps you can borrow it from your younger brother or sister. But it is a Dr. Seuss book called Oh, the Places You'll Go. I'm not going to read this whole book for you today, but I really love the way that this book ends, because when you go through all of this, you will see at the end it finishes as follows. And will you succeed? Oh, yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Billick or Hamlin or Helmanen or Torala, Rajala, Jerf or Karanen. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Get moving. Do something. Do something. And you will make a difference in this life. I want to talk with you too about leadership. And I know what many of you are thinking, because I felt the same way when I was sitting there 57 years ago. I thought, oh, I'm not a leader. Don't write yourself off. You might surprise yourself. Why? Because one person in a crowd with an honest sense of direction can make for a majority. Why? Because people like to be led. They love to be led by good people. I had the opportunity to work with President Bill Clinton a little bit on some things, and he had a great expression. He said, a leader is a dealer in hope. A leader is a dealer in hope. And it was amazing the way that this man could work a room without the TV cameras present. So I ask you today, are you hopeful? Are you? You should be. Do you see potential in others? Be a dealer in hope. And another thing that I have learned in life is that a team will never, ever surpass its leader. Ever. If you can show me one instance where that has happened, you will be the very first. And I have run this by thousands of people, but nobody has ever shown me where a team has surpassed its leader. So leadership is very, very important. Life is all about people. It's all about people. And I would like you to be empathetic to people. And there was a gentleman named Bernard Meltzer who had the best definition, I think, for empathy. Mr. Meltzer said the best exercise for the heart is to bend over and pick someone up. The best exercise for your heart is to bend over and pick someone up. Let people see your heart. Be empathetic to them. Be empathetic to them. Now, getting close to people in this era is a little bit different than it was 57 years ago when I graduated. And we are now in an era of high technology, extremely high technology. There was a gentleman named John Naisbitt who wrote this book called Megatrends back in 1982. Now that was 38 years ago. In 1982, we had no high tech. We had no high tech. You grew up with high tech. But amazingly, this man saw high tech coming. And what he stressed was this, and this is so important. He stressed in this book that you balance high tech with high touch. High tech, high touch. So how do you do that? That is so important today. Well, just a couple of easy examples. How about if you send somebody a handwritten note instead of an email? When's the last time you got a card in the mail that was handwritten and with a postage stamp on it? How about a personal phone call versus a text message? How about eye-to-eye contact in person versus a video? These are all little things, but trust me, they are difference makers with people today because technology embraces us so much. Don't forget to touch, high touch, very, very important. Little things like that count so very, very, very much. There was a wonderful poet, God rest her soul, named Maya Angelou, and she had a saying, and it went like this: people will forget what you said. They will forget what you did. They will never forget how you made them feel. They'll never forget how you made them feel. So if you make people feel good, you're going to do good as well. And you have to work in this life as part of a team. Sorry to break the news to you, but you can't do it all by yourself, in spite of your skills. I don't care how good you are at what you do. You can't do it all by yourself. So I have a formula for that. It's called TNT. Trust and teamwork. Teamwork and trust. And you will find going through life that if you truly embrace this principle of trust and teamwork, you will get what I call synergistic results. So I'll give you an example of synergistic math. If you and a partner work well together, 1 + 1 can equal 3 instead of 2. That is what synergy is all about. The other thing is, with teamwork, there are no losers on a winning team. Ever. No losers on a winning team. Whatever you're doing, you will win. George Voinovich, who was the governor of Ohio at one point and also a U.S. senator, had a great expression for this. He said, "Together we can do it. Together we can do it. With God, all things are possible." So you want to have God on your team too. Another thing is that you don't ever have to blow someone else's candle out to make your light shine brighter if you're working as a team player. I'm just one person. You are just one person. We are each one piece of the puzzle, no matter how big the puzzle is. But all of us, no matter what our role is, are key pieces. And just remember that at the end of the chess game, where there's a lot of pieces, the pawn and the king go back into the same box at the end of that game. So now you know the secret of how I lasted so long as mayor. I was blessed with an atmosphere of teamwork and trust. Other mayors told me that can't be true in politics, teamwork and trust, but it was. And they thought that maybe I must be the mayor of the land of Oz. But you know what? It sure was wonderful. Sure was wonderful being a part of that. Now, as a graduate, I hope you have dreams. Dreams rhymes with teams, and it's good for you to have dreams. Helen Keller was asked if it was hard to be blind. She said, only if I have no vision at all. So one little rule I want to put on the table for you to think about is if you're going to be dreaming anyway, dream big. Dream big. Dream big. And I'm going to give you an example of that. Well over 100 years ago, there lived a man named Bishop Wright, and he didn't believe that man could fly. Flight, he said, that's just meant for the birds and the angels. But you know, he had two sons named Orville and Wilbur. They had a dream. They had a big dream. And they made that dream become reality. So, do you have a dream that you want to become reality? You know what must happen. You got to take those first baby steps. You have to take action. Yes, you do. And so to take action, there are 3 simple rules, which I'm going to share with you. Okay? These rules of life are, if you don't go after what you want, you'll never have it. If you don't go after what you want, you'll never have it. Rule 2, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. If you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. And rule 3, if you don't step forward, you'll always be in the same place. So I hope you'll embrace these 3 rules and think about those and take that first step forward. As the class of 2020, step forward. You are all winners, every single one of you. And to conclude and to give you a little motivation perhaps to think you're a winner, I'm going to read a poem to you called Men Who Win. Now, this was written a zillion years ago by a man named Edgar L. Jones, and even though the title of it is Men Who Win, it applies to women too. It applies to each and every one of you in the class of 2020. Ready? Here we go. I once knew some men who would figure and plan all the deeds they intended to do. But when the time came to get into the game, they never put anything through. They would dream with a smile of the after a while and the things they might do pretty soon. Well, they were all right at heart, but they just never start. They never could get quite in tune. Why, if they would have done half the things they'd begun, they'd be listed among those of fame. But they didn't produce. They were of no use because good intentions do not win the game. It's so easy to dream, to plan and to scheme and to watch your dreams drift out of sight. But the men who put through what their dreams bring to view are the men who win out in the fight. The women who put through what their dreams bring to view are the women who win out in the fight. So it comes back to this. Do something. Do something. Do something. Begin. Be a doer. God bless you, Calumet High School class of 2020. You are very, very special indeed. I wish you the very best for a bright future, and thank you so much for asking me to participate in your virtual graduation ceremony. God bless you.